Woke up. Wake you up. Wake that ass up.
Program your alarm to Power 105.1 on iHeartRadio.
Good morning, USA. Yo 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 yo.
Jess Hilarious, a little late. Charlamagne the go.
Peace to the planet. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Hump day. How y'all feel out there? I feel blessed, black, and highly favored. Happy to be here. Another day to serve our beautiful listeners. Good morning.
Good morning. Now, I got Jess an alarm clock. I guess she ain't use it.
Hey, man. Listen, man, it's the holiday season. You know what I'm saying? Let everybody, be in whatever spirit they want to be in.
Yeah,
okay?
she'll be here in a second. What's up,
and if she's not, it's okay. It's the holiday season. I told y'all when I got here Monday. The next few weeks don't really count, okay? Everybody.
Then why are we doing this if it don't really count?
Because we love coming to work, and
on the scoreboard.
And we have careers and we have obligations.
So it counts.
No, I think everybody's slacking off a little bit at their jobs, regardless of what it is that they do.
Y'all better not.
Nah, I see it.
The holiday check will be your last paycheck. Y'all better not.
I had to blow the horn at, the couple of the garbage men this morning. Like, bro, you can't just sit here and smoke a blunt in the middle of the street. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get to work. It's like, oh, my bad. They was just cooling.
They were just chilling?
They was just cooling. It's the holiday season.
Jesus.
Okay? It looks a lot like Christmas because it is.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, you was out and about last night?
Out and about last night. What did I do last night? Oh, no. You know what I did last night? Last night I hosted a screening.
Knives something?
Man, shut up, man. A screening for Netflix.
What's it called? Knives something, right? I thought it was.
I don't like when you do that. You should have asked me. Okay.
Why?
Knives Out. Yes.
Knives Out. That's
Knives
what I said.
Yes.
I said knives.
Knives Out.
Like I'm lying.
I had to think about it. Yes,
Oh.
Knives Out. I just woke up. Knives Out. Yeah, it stars Kerry Washington. It's called Wake Up, Dead Man. It's a Knives Out mystery.
How was it?
Kerry Washington is in it. Mila Kunis is in it. And I hosted a screening for it last night.
How was it?
I didn't stay for the screening. I watched it last weekend.
This guy's crazy.
How was it? First of all, don't ask me these questions. You shouldn't be asking me these questions on the radio. Okay? All right? Don't ask me these stupid ass questions on the radio.
I seen pictures.
Okay? Because I hosted a screening.
That's why I asked about it.
Oh, how was the screening, you mean?
Oh, this guy's crazy.
What do you mean? The screening was great. It was packed. A lot of people were in there. You know what I mean? We did a nice little 10-minute Q&A before the screening happened. Kerry Washington was there. Mila Kunis was there. The whole cast was there. It was great. It was great. It was actually really, really fun.
Well,
Kaylee Spaney was there. Yes, it was really good.
I'm not going to ask how the movie was.
Ryan Johnson, the director, was there.
All right.
Okay, it was really good. It was really
Speaking of Ryan,
really fun.
Ryan Serhant will be joining us this morning. Season 2 of Owning Manhattan is out right now on Netflix. Ryan Serhant, Trisha Lee, and Jeffrey St. Armand. If you haven't seen it, it's out right now. Pretty good show. I love it. If you're into just seeing what the real estate business is and getting into real estate, not just buying homes, but being an agent. And
anybody got the money for that right now?
That's a job. People trying to buy and sell homes. Just not $1 million houses, everything.
Oh.
Rentals and all that. So
who buying, though?
We're going to talk to him.
Oh.
Also, Swayvo Twain will be joining us. You know who that is?
Of course. That's the son of Angie Stone and D'Angelo, man. Columbia, South Carolina's own. He grew up in Atlanta as well, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
So both of his parents have passed away this year. So we're going to talk to him. He has some new music. And we're just going to kick it with the brother, man. See how he's feeling, how he's holding up, how he's doing.
And today is Tiana Taylor's born day. Can we start off the show with some Tiana Taylor? We got some TT in there?
Oh.
We ain't got no TT in there?
Give him a second.
We'll I don't know why we putting each other on the spot.
We pull it up.
Doing this?
While he's pulling that up, everybody don't forget you can get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, you can start getting on the phone lines right now.
He's trying to kill time to find a record we don't even have. Don't worry, we'll get it on later.
We got it.
We don't have enough time anyway, because by the time we come back, it'll be front page news. So let Tiana's song breathe.
Oh, which one? Okay, we got a couple.
All right, see, you gonna play 30 seconds of the song?
Yeah, do that one. That one works. All right. Tiana Taylor, happy birthday. It's the
Happy
Breakfast
born
Club.
day,
Good
Tay.
This song's so tough, man. Tiana Taylor, happy birthday, Tiana Taylor.
Happy born day, TT, man. TT is a young icon amongst us, okay? I just want y'all to know that, all right? That woman is so goddamn talented.
Yes, she is. Morning, everybody.
Jessica Robin Moore. Good morning.
What's up, Jess?
Don't walk in here like you extra on power.
Let's get some front page news. What's up, Mimi?
Good morning, Envy. Jess, I know you're just getting there. Charlamagne, how y'all doing this morning?
Peace, Mimi.
Good morning. All right, so we start this morning in Pennsylvania, where President Trump traveled to the Pocono Mountains to make the case that he's already delivering lower prices and bigger paychecks, even as many voters, though, say they are still feeling the squeeze. Now, speaking to about 1,000 supporters at the Mount Airy Casino Resort, Trump pointed to the stock market and 401ks as evidence that the economy is gaining strength. But his biggest challenge last night was the same one he always faces nationally, which is convincing people that their everyday costs are actually going down. At one moment, he downplayed the idea of affordability altogether. And moments later, he said making America affordable again was his greatest priority. Let's listen to some of his speech.
Gave you high prices. They gave you the highest inflation in history, and we're bringing those prices down rapidly. Lower prices, bigger paychecks. You're getting lower prices, bigger paychecks. We're getting inflation. We're crushing it. And you're getting much higher wages. I mean, the only thing that's really going up big, it's called the stock market and your 401ks. But they have a new word. You know, they always have a hoax. The new word is affordability. So they look at the camera and they say, this election is all about affordability. But under Biden, real wages plummeted by $3,000 a year. Under Trump, the typical factory worker has already seen their wages increase by more than $1,300.
They always stand in front of people who don't have no stocks and point to the stock market. Okay, you can't lie to people about what they're feeling in their pockets. Like, go stand in front of some working class people and try to convince them the economy is good. I bet that crowd reaction will be a lot different.
Mm-hmm. And you're right, the numbers, they tell a very different story than what Trump is saying. Most major polls show that voters still feel financially stretched. And there's also government data that backs that up. The overall cost of living is still rising. Energy prices are up over the past year. Inflation, which had been easing, has crept back up following the tariffs that Trump put in place. And on top of that, employers have announced more than 1 million job cuts this year. That's the highest level since the pandemic, adding to the sense of unease that many families are already feeling. And there's polling that makes that disconnect even clearer. There's a recent Gallup poll that says that 68% of Americans, they say the economic conditions are getting worse, while only 27% of people believe things are improving. Now, that gap between what Trump is saying and what people are feeling is becoming one of the defining challenges of the upcoming election year, especially with affordability consistently ranking as voters' top concern. Now, during that rally yesterday, Trump, he also veered off on his economic message several times and turning his attacks on Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, Somali immigrants, and a range of other unrelated issues, and comments that drew reactions from the crowd and also at times shifted the tone of the rally. So we will continue to see what else comes from that meeting. And as affordability dominates the national conversation, there were two local races in Florida, one in Florida and one in Georgia, that are showing just how voters are feeling and responding to it at the ballot box. So in Miami, a Democrat, she just ended a 30-year Republican streak to become the first woman mayor ever elected in the city of Miami. Aline Higgins, she campaigned directly on affordability and immigration concerns, defeating a Republican endorsed by President Trump. And in Georgia, Democrats, they flipped a House seat in a district that Trump carried by double digits. Eric Glissner, he adds to the growing number of special election wins by Democrats that they have picked up this year. So clearly affordability, immigration, very, very key issues for people in different states and different cities right now.
Yes, but it's one thing to campaign on affordability. It's another to get in office and actually, govern and make things more affordable. So that's the important thing. Like, after you campaign on affordability and, you win whatever election, you were running for, once you get in office, you have to fight to make things more affordable for people. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, definitely. And so we will see what happens with those two candidates. A couple of special elections happening there. And coming up at 7, a holiday staple is getting more expensive this year. It's reviving an age-old debate. We'll tell you what's driving the price hike and what it means for your bottom dollar.
All right. Thank you, Mimi. Now, everybody else, get it off
your chest. Good morning, Jessica Robin Moore. How are you?
What's
what
up?
You mean? Don't wave me off.
Because you looking over here like you about to pick on me. I don't have time.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying good morning. I ain't saying good morning yet. How are you?
I'm tired. How are you?
How are you? Did you have a good night?
I was up all night in the hair salon getting my hair done. But
damn.
Yeah.
I could tell she was
so tight and fresh.
I woke up with a text from Jess. I was like, she must have been up all night. Because she usually don't text that late.
Yes.
About 9 o'clock, she usually go to sleep. I got seen her. I said, well, okay.
Not tight and fresh, yo. Please stop looking over here.
Yeah. They look good.
Thank you.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, call us up right now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
It's a new day. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Wake up.
Whether you're mad, or blessed?
It's time to get up and get something.
Call up now. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Irritated Uber driver.
Dang. Hey, irritated Uber driver. How are you?
Blessed and highly medicated.
There you go.
I know that's right.
What's up,
Okay,
mama?
I'm irritated. I drive in the city of Detroit. And in my car, I got a picture of Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, as I should. I got a picture of Kamala Harris when I met her in Detroit. I had a Trump supporter in my car tell me yesterday if he knew a ninja was picking him up, he would have canceled the ride.
Damn.
I said, say it with your chest. I said, say it. I said, go ahead and say it. So he said it, and I dropped his ass off on the east side of Detroit. I said, now figure it out.
Why did he think he could beat a ninja? Did you have your mask on, your sword, and everything else?
Yo, shut up, man.
Yeah, you're stupid.
You know what? Y'all funny, but I say something to these Trump supporters. Y'all do not run this. I'm tired of y'all talking about what Donald Trump has done for this country. He's segregated us. He wants to try to put us in our place. And then I'm tired of him talking about construction workers that we make too much money. I told a Trump supporter, get out there and do the jobs that a construction worker does. Put some respect on our pay and leave our affordable wages alone.
I agree with you. How many stars did he give you?
He's sure 0.
He gave me 1 star, reported me, telling me that I have offensive pictures up in my car. Uber called me yesterday and said, man, what's going on? We got to complain. I said, okay. And I said, I got a picture of my president, Barack Obama, and his wife. They said maybe I should take it down. I said maybe you should kiss my ass.
Yeah, right.
I wonder what the policy for that is, though.
That's weird.
Because he's the president, though. He's a public figure.
They tell us to be neutral and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I said there's no neutral about it when you get in my car and talking ignorant.
Yeah, you call me out
You're
my name.
paying me. And then you're going to call me out my name. Thank you, Jess. You heard that.
Yeah.
You going to call me out my name? Put some respect on my melanin, first of all.
Yeah. Well, I'm mad at you that you didn't. I'm mad at you that you didn't call him a crackerback. But also, if you
know what, I called him an ignorant, baloney smelling damn Trump supporter.
Nah, that ain't hit.
You should hold your head up. Oh, I called him everything else too, but I can't say it on the radio. But if you want me to, I will. But I'm tired of these Trump supporters. Y'all need to stay in y'all lane.
You should have called him. You should have called him a milk cricket. But also, too, look at the flip side, right? If you would have gotten into a car and the person had a bunch of MAGA paraphernalia, how would you have felt?
I wouldn't have got in that car. I would have canceled that ride.
So it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, but
he should have canceled it. If he's seen a beautiful black woman with picking him up.
Hey, hello?
Damn.
She dropped
Cash Patel cut the call off?
No,
The FBI ain't playing, boy.
She dropped his ass off.
Hold on, the whole phone line blacked out just now?
Phone lines is blacked out, yeah.
Wow. Wow.
I was going to tell her maybe she should download the Lyft app, just in case people lets her go so she'd have some other income coming in.
That was the CIA. But also, too, man, if you want to get where you're going, just mind your goddamn business. You can't hold your political opinion for 2 seconds. Right. You know what I'm saying? You get in the car, you see Barack Obama picture, Michelle Obama picture. Shut the hell up. You get in somebody's car, you see MAGA paraphernalia. Shut the hell up. All like she said, cancel the ride.
I was going to say, just get out. Like, I pull off and then you tell me that if you knew that I was going to be black, you would have canceled. You can always get out now.
Yeah, get out right now.
That's why if she did what she said and dropped his ass off in the hood, good to her.
But I'm like Charlotte. If I got to get to the airport, I ain't got time to mess with y'all. Just get me there. I don't care what you got in there. Just get me.
The reality is you don't know what's in a person's head,
That's
or
right.
heart. You know what I'm saying?
Or trunk. So you gotta relax.
Yeah, you're right.
You gotta relax.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on the Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
This is Lamont from Detroit.
Lamont, what up, Joe? Talk to us. Get it off your chest.
Heavy in the D this morning.
Good morning.
Hey, yo.
Good morning, Jess. Lauren, good morning to the ladies first.
Good morning.
Good morning, brothers.
What's up, Peace King? How you doing, black man?
What's happening there? Hey, I just want to say, Jess, we got a lot in common.
Uh-oh.
Your birthday is your birthday, so is mine.
Hey.
My first granddaughter, her birthday is August 20th, like your daughter.
Oh, my God. That's what's up.
Yeah, we got a lot in common.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say, hey, y'all, Jasmine Crockett, I appreciate her, man. I'm glad she's doing what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
But don't put all her campaign on focusing on Trump. Tell the people what you're going to do for the people. You know what I mean?
In
what
Texas.
you can do when you become a senator.
You calling from Texas?
All I wanted to say,
Calling from Detroit.
Say again?
Oh, I thought you were calling from Texas. My fault.
All right, brother.
No, from Detroit, 313.
All right.
What up, though?
Hey, salute to Jasmine. Boy, Jasmine pissed off people yesterday. It was a combination of bots. It was a combination of people who, just were ready to oppose our campaign because they know they was announcing. A combination of the same old, people who always get upset when folks, when certain people announce that they running. But boy, she had people pissed off yesterday.
She sure did. Hello, who's this?
Yo, this is Jay.
Jay, what up? Get it off your chest.
Man, these people out here, they saving parks, man. It's 2025. Y'all still saving parks with chairs and
you mean
water bottles and all this extra?
He means parking spots.
Yeah.
People say the parking spots. Yeah.
Hell
Where you
yeah.
calling from?
Yeah, I'm Chicago, man.
Nah, Jay, I'm not going
snow
to
out here melting.
I'm not going to front,
And
Jay. When I lived in Queens, if I shovel my spot out, when I come back home, I want that
It
spot
better
back.
be there,
I shoveled that spot out, bro.
See, no, it ain't like that no more, man.
What you mean no more?
Damn, what happened?
I shoveled that spot out. Put the garbage can in.
You got the snow plow gonna come down the street anyway, gonna push that snow right back in your spot. So it's like,
Nah, man.
You trying to save these parks for, man?
Yeah,
That's labor. Do you know how long it takes and how cold somebody's fingers be shoveling them spots?
You better not move that garbage can. You move that garbage can, you're going to have 4 flat tires. Do not park in my spot.
He said it ain't like that.
Hey, it's 2025, man. I'm moving spots, man. I'm putting my car right there, and I'm putting it right there.
You got 4 flat tires.
In Chicago,
That's
you better
right.
chill.
Yeah, he has some bullet holes in his windows.
Damn.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. We got the latest with Loren coming up. Where's Loren? Loren ain't here?
Yeah, Loren ain't here. Eddie ain't here. I told you, everybody don't give a damn. Everybody just it's the holiday.
She been texting me, Envy, coming up. Oh, you just made
It's
coming
the
up.
holidays. I'm telling you, everybody done cashed it in.
All right, well, we got the latest with Loren coming up, so don't go anywhere. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Lauren becoming a straight fact.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on this.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, what's the latest?
On the Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
LL Cool, babe.
Good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
All right. So, in getting started this hour, I wanted to congratulate Asia Wilson. She covered Time Magazine as their Athlete of the Year this year.
Dope.
I love it.
This has been such a great year for her. I know we talked about her during all of the achievements, but I just wanted to remind people what her year looked like. She just was there. She just was Time's Woman of the Year. Woman of the Year back in February, and then she won her championship against the Mercury, MVP of the season in the final. So to top off the year with Athlete of the Year, congratulations to her.
Dropping the clues bombs for Asia Wilson. South Carolina's own Metro 803. What's happening?
Y'all remember that press conference, the post game conference where she was like turned up after the game and she was enjoying the game? I hope she enjoyed her New Year's Eve just like that because she worked hard this year.
No, she will.
Now, switching gears a bit, the Breakfast Club keeps coming up again in a lot of the things and a lot of the mess. Okay.
I mean, say nothing.
This is old Breakfast Club, but you know, we're in the mix. Okay, so Marlon Wayans has had to come online and basically clear up that he is not defending Diddy. Yesterday, I don't know if you guys saw it, but there was a whole conversation about we're not going to watch Scary Movie 6 and we're not this and we're not that because Marlon Wayans was asked the question when he went to the cruise show about Diddy in the documentary, right? So late last night, I woke up this morning and I saw a video that he posted. Let's take a listen to Marlon Wayans.
50 and Puff have a long-term beef. It's personal. It's between him and Puff. And before it's between him and Puff, it's between both of them and God. Just the way Puff is down on his luck.
Wait,
and
stop.
50's
That's not the
kicking
correct
him
video.
Oh.
Let's play Marlon responds to Backlash, number 2.
I'm going to make it abundantly clear. I'm not here defending Diddy. I am here because I got dragged into this because somebody asked me a question and I had an opinion. Nobody's wrong for giving an opinion about any subject, period. I'm not here defending Diddy. Don't let the narrative fool you or get to you. Once again, somebody's creating narratives. This is my point. So please look at the whole clip that I did and then look what happens with the narrative. And that's what I'm telling you. Y'all people don't be sheep. Use your brain, use your freedom of thought, your freedom of speech, and don't ever let nobody bully you. Never. Don't let nobody bully you. You got me? Love. Now back to trolling this troll.
The narrative is you got to let people go through whatever it is that they're going through. You know what I'm saying? Marlon said that people are kicking Diddy while they down. So that makes people think about Diddy kicking Cassie while she was down.
Damn.
So they're like, you know what? Stay out of that one.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. He posted that video 4 hours ago. I was like, dang, they must have been on him because it's like, if he's in LA, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning.
But you said it was trending.
I mean, it was, but you know, he normally is like, he gonna move on about some things. Like, he ain't really tripping.
He gonna have a lot of fun with it and play.
That's what he's been doing.
Now when it comes to the money, when it's trending, don't watch Scary Movie 6. Now when it comes to the money, let me fix this right now.
I get you.
Yeah. Plus, you got somebody stirring the pot. 50 Cent stirring the pot.
Yes.
50 Cent keeping it going.
Oh my God. Yeah, both of them are. So 50 Cent and Marlon Wayans have been going back and forth ever since yesterday when we left work online. And he said in his video he was going to get back to the trolling. Now, one of the things that Marlon posted, he posted a video of 50 Cent up here at the Breakfast Club talking about what kicked off a lot of 50 Cent's issue with Diddy. Diddy wanting to take 50 Cent shopping. Let's take a listen to the 50 Cent when he was here some years ago.
Now, Fifth, when you continuously call Puff gay, does that affect your relationships in Hollywood?
I don't call him gay. I said,
let me read it, Fifth.
Oh my God.
Sorry, I can no longer help you guys. Soon you will all be gay and happy. You are all now left under leadership of Puffy Daddy. Report to the nearest rainbow. Dinner thieves in theaters.
Listen. I'm only saying that because of the Drink Champs.
Yes.
He said something fabulous and he goes, yo, no, but me and you, we ain't party. Like, we need to party. What is he talking about? That's the kind of stuff that when people say that to me, I get a little uncomfortable. I get uncomfortable. Like he said something to me one time, a long time ago, at Chris Lighty's wedding. He told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, what the what'd you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You're gonna make me mess up the wedding.
Yeah, so Marlon Wayans posted that. 50 Cent has posted Marlon Wayans when, he took the picture with the flag.
But why didn't Marlon post that? Like,
why did he?
Yeah.
They've been going back and forth all night, but he's basically saying, 50 Cent, you need to explain this. Like, I get it now. You need to explain this.
No, Puffy need to explain that, which he did on Breakfast Club. He did ask to take 50 shopping.
Yeah, but Marlon Wayans is basically trying to make it seem like you was with all the shopping things. His caption
says... What was the caption?
His caption says, some people just be lying. Come on, Curtis, stop.
50 wasn't lying about that, though. Puff said it. He said, I wanted to take him shopping. He said that here on Breakfast Club.
Yeah, and then, some things be AI. Now, I did see...
some things be AI.
Some things do be AI because I don't know if it was real. That's why I think I sent it to you in a DM, but it wasn't. It was somebody else that supposedly posted. Didn't Marlon post 50 in like the hot tub with Diddy or something? But is that AI?
I don't know if this is real or not, but he did post a photo of 50 Cent and Diddy in a hot tub. Diddy has a cigar in his hand, and he says, just for the record, bro, let's correct the narrative, Curtis. Rub a dub, and then he says, stop. Now, 50 Cent has also been going in. He posted that photo that I was telling you guys about of Marlon with the flag, when he came out talking about
waking up on the floor, him saying that he never went to a Diddy party, but then a picture of him with Diddy at a party. Like, they going back and forth.
They've been going. They've definitely been
with Diddy
going. Yes. But 50 Cent, he spoke to Us Weekly, and he told Us Weekly that the way, because people are using like the trolling back and forth that he does online, and which we all know 50 uses, to be able to say, okay, this is why we can't believe 50 Cent, because we know that he has some animosity towards Diddy. But he told Us Weekly, an exclusive that they published yesterday, that he went about this documentary completely different than how he trolls online. He even revealed in the exclusive that he spoke to Cassie and her husband, and that she would be pleased with the documentary. But he also says that he had a conversation with Diddy and his son, and that originally Diddy was supposed to be a part of this documentary, and that didn't happen.
Also, I don't understand when people say things like you can't believe 50 Cent when it comes to this documentary. I was born in 1978. Most of these stories, probably 95% of these stories we've heard about Diddy before. We just never saw them packaged together, in a documentary.
But not only that, 50 didn't speak on the documentary. He didn't say one word in that documentary. He wasn't even on the documentary.
I worked with Wendy Williams. I've heard all of these stories a million times. It's this is new to this generation, maybe.
And Lauren knows that they reached out to both sides of everybody on this documentary, not just the side that was against Diddy.
Yeah.
They reached out to side the people that was for Diddy. Some people didn't want to speak.
Exactly.
Some people wanted to speak. But they a lot of these stories, we've heard of these stories before.
What did he say? The sons responded back? Well, I mean, what did Diddy say? He talked to Diddy and his sons.
He didn't say. He just says he hasn't spoken to Diddy since he went through his case. I had communication with them and his son, or with his son. There was a point when they were interested in being a part of the doc because they wanted to show their perspective. They were concerned about how things would be portrayed, is all he said. So I am trying to figure out what that conversation was and when it happened and why didn't they participate. They're really upset about it, so why not?
Diddy couldn't speak. Like, he was going through a court case, so he could not speak on the documentary. He could have spoke after.
I was about to say, but some of this
after, but he couldn't speak during that court case.
If the sons had opportunity to talk, they should have talked, because if you got men on
during the court case,
no, I'm talking about in the documentary.
After, yes,
you got men on the documentary saying Puffy touched their butt, man.
What?
You should be on there defending your dad's honor. Okay, Lil Rod said his butt got touched. He woke up sore.
He said the butt was sore.
Kirk Burrows said.
So he tried to leave that out. He was trying to leave it for us to figure it out.
I get what you're saying.
And didn't know what happened.
He said he was sore and Diddy was laying next to him.
Yeah.
Well, Ray J says Ray J put his.
Ray J was there.
Ray J.
Ray J says he doesn't understand how men let that happen after he watched the documentary. Let's take a listen.
As a journalist, you heard me say what I said, and that's kind of what cranked this whole thing up. But then fast forward to the documentary, saying that they was getting their taken, bro, multiple times, kept partying. Owe you some money? Yo, what the is going on in this world, bro? Said I woke up with females in the bed. Then I woke up and Diddy was in the bed. What was Diddy doing in the bed, bro? And my coming out way more money on the rear end area. I know what happened. I've been taken, and now I'm still here partying, acting like nothing ever happened.
I agree with Ray J. If Lil Rod had gotten paid, would he be talking about Puffy touching his butt? If Kirk Burrows would have gotten his 25%, would he be talking about Puffy touching his butt?
Correct.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. But see,
I'm just saying, I don't know.
But also, what Ray J said is, if somebody touched my butt and I didn't like it, would I come back?
Right, and keep partying. I mean, not if you've been. Now look,
I'm not victim blaming,
but if somebody promised you, you're gonna be super producer.
But you touched my butt.
I mean,
and I didn't like it.
Listen, here's the thing.
I'm not coming back.
Here's the thing with grown men. If you tell me that you got, assaulted, sexually assaulted,
Correct.
the next thing you should be telling me is that you caught an assault and battery with intent to kill case. Okay.
But even if you soft,
you know what I'm saying?
But even if you soft and you're not that type of individual, you're not gonna come back.
Charlamagne be trying to hug you from the back and you show up to work the next day.
I ain't never tried to hug that man from the back. You tell no lie like this.
You get up and walk behind his chair and hear
you want to do your own reckoning so bad. That ain't never happened. You saw him do that to me.
I did not do that. No.
Envy will come in here and try to hug Charlamagne from the back.
I've seen you get up and walk over behind his chair, especially when you got the Tim's.
That's my
brother.
brother.
Feeling really rough.
He can't hug me. We've known each other for a long time. That was our anniversary a couple days ago.
That's what we used to say. That's my brother.
And then Envy came up in New York in the 90s, though. That's why I be lyric.
See, now you're getting up to
New York 1990s behavior. This is era. This is the era he came up in. You see this, right?
And when
Bad boys come out as gay.
That's a journalist, though.
That's what he always has been saying.
I never knew that.
I need 50 to bring back one of his classic lines, man. I heard Puffy touched your butt. We need the T-shirts, Fifth.
If I heard Puffy touched your butt.
Remember when 50 said that?
No, he said on the song.
Fifth used to say that all the time. I heard Puffy touched your butt.
Did it?
Oh, my goodness.
Well, ain't nobody more consistent than Curtis Jackson. You hear me?
That's true.
Yeah.
He's like this all the time, not just on public, private, all
Him
the
and Marlon
time.
are going to be going for like all of 2026.
Crazy, because Marlon don't stop either.
Yeah.
All right, that's the latest with Lauren. When we come back, we got front page news, and then we have the cast of Owning New York. All right, season 2 is out right now. It's Owning Manhattan. Season 2 is out now. Ryan Serhant will be joining us, so don't go anywhere. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get back to some front page news. What's up, Mimi?
Good morning, Envy, Jess, Charlamagne. How y'all doing this morning?
Good. Mimi.
Hey, Mimi.
Good morning. So we start this hour in Kentucky, where a shooting on the campus of Kentucky State University, a historically black institution, has left one student dead and another fighting serious injuries. Now, officials say the violence unfolded yesterday near Whitney Young Junior Hall. That's a dorm on the south side of the campus, right in the middle of finals week. Now, according to university leaders, the injured student is now in critical but stable condition, and early information shows the shooter was not connected to the school. The suspect, 48-year-old Jacob Lee Bard of Evansville, Indiana, is in custody and charged with murder and first-degree assault. Let's listen to some of the press conference from local authorities.
Within minutes, by 3:14 p.m., Frankfort police officers arrived on scene. By that time, Kentucky State University campus police had already taken swift action, bringing a suspect into custody. 3 individuals were involved in the incident. An individual who is not a Kentucky State University student is in custody. Frankfort police believe this to be an isolated incident, and there are no active safety concerns on campus at this time.
Well, police say the campus was on lockdown and the area was secured. But for many students, the fear didn't end there. They told reporters their sense of safety has been shattered. Let's listen to what they had to say.
Well, we got finals this week. We just chilling. Regular college week. We ain't thinking nothing gonna go on. Feel me? And then boom, it just happened. I heard them let 2 off, and after that, it just was crazy. And it took about, 30 minutes for the cops to get here, so it really was crazy then. Just the type of stuff we try to get away from, and to come to college and have it be right at our doorstep is just like crazy, and we pay too much money for this kind of stuff to be taking place at this school.
Yeah, I feel the same way, basically. Like, thought we were safe here, ready to get up out of here now that I heard that. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. Kind of defeats the whole purpose of even coming to college shit this year, you know?
Yeah. That's why I don't be liking the people. That's exactly why I don't like peopling. You know what I'm saying? Because peopling, yes. No peopling is when you got to be around people. Okay? Because you just never know what folks be on, man. Everybody is a potential shooter. When I used to work with Wendy Williams, she used to always talk about the shooter might be around. I mean, she had reason to believe that. But still, whenever you in a crowded place, boy, you just never know.
But them kids are right. Like, you go to college to get away from a lot of the BS, to learn, to further your education, and that's a place that you figure will be safe, right? A bunch of students in a place that's just want to learn, and then you got somebody that doesn't go to this school. That kills a young man.
And then look how discouraged they sound. You know, it's like, dang, I don't even want to, be here. You know, say it.
And that's such a good point, Jess, because one of the young men that was interviewed was like, he doesn't even want to come back after the semester is over because this happened. In a statement, the university's president, they called the shooting a senseless tragedy that has left the entire campus grieving. Now, officials are urging anyone who needs counseling to reach out. There will be support and services available for students, staff, and faculty. And the school has canceled classes, final exams, and all campus activities for the rest of the week. And students are being told that they can return home if they choose, and more guidance will be shared in the coming days.
Yeah, psychologically, that has to mess you up, because if you come from a certain environment, you know how to move, right? Like, you kind of know who's who, you know what to avoid. How you do that on campus?
Yeah. For sure. And switching gears now to a story that's getting a lot of attention on social media. Jess, this is something you brought to my attention. Posts are circulating claiming Meta will start reading all of your private messages on Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. One viral post with more than 238,000 likes says that Meta will start reading your DMs on December 16th. Every conversation, every photo, every voice message fed to AI used for profit. Now, Meta says that is not true, and here is what is actually happening. Now, Meta is rolling out a policy update on December 16th, but does not give the company access to your private messages, those private conversations with friends and families. That remains end-to-end encrypted, which means Meta cannot read them. But what the update actually does is it allows Meta to use the messages that you send directly to its Meta AI chat box for personalized content and ads. So if you ask AI about hiking, for example, you might start seeing more hiking apps, trail posts, or ads for hiking boots, something like that. Meta said that is no different from how Instagram already reacts when you watch a reel. That activity will shape what you see next. And to clear things up, Snopes, which is an independent fact-based publication known for verifying viral claims and misinformation, they reached out to Meta for a clarification, and they sent back a statement that says, we do not use the content of your private message with friends or family to train our AI unless you or someone in the chat chooses to share those messages with our AI. This also isn't new, nor is it part of our December 16th privacy policy update.
Okay, cool, because I was ready to say, done. I am done. If all my
your DMs.
Man, what?
But it's crazy to me that y'all don't assume that they're already looking at all your stuff now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but when you hear that it's gonna be like sold or put out there, you never know who's gonna get it, and then be like, Jess said, or Jess, damn, that's what you were saying.
But once
like,
again, it's crazy that y'all assume that they wouldn't do that anyway. Like you know what the craziest thing to me was when everybody gets on these apps like Signal and everything else, and they be like, we can send secret messages. You really think somebody gonna create a whole app for you to send secret messages and they're not gonna look at it? Like
they're looking at all these apps.
It's not accessible.
Yeah,
right.
all these
apps. WhatsApp, text, all that. They looking at all that
you
stuff.
You should just assume whatever you texting, whatever site you on, and you sending stuff DM, that somebody can see.
Correct.
If you move like that, I promise you'll avoid a lot of problems in the future.
All right, well, now to a very different kind of holiday delivery. So correctional officers at a South Carolina prison say a drone flew over the prison yard and dropped a package that looked less like contraband and more like someone was prepping for a full holiday feast. So inside that package was crab legs, raw steak, Old Bay seasoning, cigarettes, and 2 large bags of marijuana.
This was a Baltimore prison?
This was South Carolina.
No, this was in South Carolina.
You heard crab legs?
Yep, crab legs. The Old Bay,
crab
yes.
legs, yep. So all of this was wrapped neatly in a bag, a Piggly Wiggly shopping bag.
Let's go, Piggly Wiggly.
So the Department of Corrections, they even joked that someone was clearly planning an early Old Bay crab boil and steak dinner. Now, officials say that drone drops are a growing problem nationwide, but they usually involve dangerous drugs, not seafood and seasoning. No arrests have been made, and officials are still investigating who that package was meant for.
Hey, listen, man, I ain't mad at them for trying. It's the holidays, man. I need me a seafood boil, some weed. You know what I mean? Like I don't see the problem, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like he tried.
Yep.
Whoever it was tried. I can't be mad at him for trying.
They definitely tried it. And lastly, to a serious question that needs answers this morning. So, are y'all team real tree or team artificial tree?
Girl, I do not want my house smelling like no damn pine.
I'm artificial.
I'm artificial.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been team real tree, but you know, my wife ain't having it. She ain't had it. She hasn't been having it the past couple of years. So we artificial trees.
Yeah,
them artificial
so
trees.
all of you guys are artificial trees. Okay. Well, because this year the Christmas tree debate is even louder than ever. So real tree fans, they swear that nothing beats the smell, Jess, the tradition, the moment of bringing that pine scent home. And artificial tree people say they're done with the pine needles, the watering, and the mess. They want something they can just pull out of a box and plug in.
Right.
But this year, but the cost this year is the real debate. 70% of households are choosing artificial, not just for the convenience, but for the price. A real tree can run anywhere from $120 to $200 this season thanks to droughts and transportation costs. But artificial trees aren't cheap either. Pre-lit versions with all the settings, those are selling for about $400 this year, they said. All right, y'all. Well, that is your front page news. I'm Mimi Brown. Follow me at Mimi Brown TV. For more stories, follow the Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app or visit BINnews.com.
Thank you, Mimi.
Thank you, Mimi.
Thank you.
All right, when we come back, Owning Manhattan Season 2 is out right now on Netflix, and we have Ryan Serhant, Trisha Lee, and Jeffrey St. Armand joining us, so don't go anywhere. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Loren LoRosa is here as well, and we got some special guests in the building this morning. Season 2 of Owning Manhattan is out right now on Netflix. We have Ryan Serhant, Trisha Lee, and Jeffrey St. Armand. Did I say your name right?
You got it right this
All
time.
right. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Welcome, guys. How y'all feeling?
Good morning.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Good morning.
First, I want to say thank you to Ryan. I called him one day and I said my daughter's in NYU. She wanted to get into real estate. And he told me, well, first she has to get a license. So she got her license in New York, got her license in New Jersey. I called her back, and he actually gave her a job, which was pretty dope. Nice. And she learned the real estate industry from Serhant and the ins, the outs, and then she's in Jersey and she's working. So I just want to say thank you.
Thanks, man.
You gave her the
he's a
guidance.
real estate agent. He don't just do it for TV.
Oh my God.
The TV is like the last thing.
No, he's a real agent.
Okay.
He's a real agent.
Yeah. That probably happens a lot, though. People think you don't really do it anymore.
I bump into people in New York on the street all the time, and they're like, "What are you doing in New York today?" I'm like, I live here.
It's called
I work here.
Owning
They're like,
Manhattan.
oh, oh, it's not on a set in L.A. I'm like, no, it's real. It's the most real TV show in the history of the world.
And you're actually working.
Yeah.
Actually
But
working.
it's because you give actor, like the way
Yes.
you're
Oh, do I?
twin.
I give
You know what I mean?
actor, really?
Yeah, you look like an
Never
actor.
Hollywood
biggest
look.
compliment.
Yeah,
I do?
Hollywood
Yeah.
look. There you go.
When
That's
I
what
saw
it
you,
is.
I was going to say, you look
at
exactly
that.
like you look on
Yeah.
TV. It's like the look.
Yeah, I try to stay in character. I shaved my head this summer, and I was recognized less, and it was hard for me. So I went back into costume. You know?
It's all the skin work, right?
I realized that there's a lot of at one time I feel like all on TV there was nothing but real estate shows, right?
Yeah.
And they were good. I thought they were great. And then I see like none.
Yeah.
It's like what is happening with the real estate industry where people are either leaving or maybe people are not doing as well as they experienced or thought. Why is that?
I mean, we all have feelings about that. I don't think it has to do with the real estate industry. I think it has to do with media and how people consume media. It used to be. So $1 Million Listing was the first show I did in 2012. Right?
I missed that show too.
We did it for 10 years. And that show was special because you couldn't get access to a $10 million house, right? As a viewer. Like you couldn't see a $50 million penthouse. You had to turn on TV to see what that looked like. Today, everything is in the palm of your hand. You can go on Sora and invent one if you want to.
Right.
So the shows now are no longer about the access. So if you want to make a real estate show and all you have is real estate, no one cares. And I think what makes this show so special, people like Trisha and Jeffrey, who are characters. They're great people, but they are characters in this insane world of New York City real estate. And that's what people want to see. The real estate is actually like the bookends, right? It's the skeleton.
Like the backdrop.
Yeah, it's the backdrop. And then so a lot of the shows have come off the air. They've tried and they've been canceled because they suck, except for ours. Yeah.
And then we tell a great story too. Like how often do you have like a couple that's together, working together, live together, and just shoot together, and actually come from Brooklyn to go into Manhattan. So there's interesting storylines, and we really try to like tell it differently so that the viewer at some point you're gonna get tired of seeing the same thing over and over again. So I mean, I think the thing that we really did different is like we really got into great storytelling, and really visually when you look at it, it looks almost like a docuseries. It doesn't really feel like typical reality TV.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And how's the market now? How is the market? I mean, they're saying that house has been on market the longest in a long time.
Yeah.
Is it a buyer's market? Is it a seller's market? Where should people be looking? Should they be looking now? Should they sit it out? What's your thoughts on it?
I mean, personally, I think it's always a good time to look. I mean, whenever, like, there's a couple things. There's a tale of two markets, I call it. Because you have, if you look at, luxury sector, 4 million and up, and the data, you got to be careful, like, what you read and what you hear, and just really look at the data. The data shows that there's been a lot of sales in that price point. And now, conversely, with lower price points, people are affected by interest rates. But we do see interest rates are dropping and getting lower. So then people start to become more active. So I think the time is really now, and especially this time in the season, this is when you can get deals. During this time, things that, to your point, have been sitting on the market for a little bit, but now you can be more aggressive as a buyer. So it's just finding that little comfortable medium between, sellers that are realistic about pricing and buyers who are realistic about where they can land and where they can find a deal. I mean, what are you finding, Trish?
Well, I think it's a little different for us because our brokerage gets quite a bit of visibility. So there's the market and then there's our business, which is very different. Like our phones are ringing. We're very busy. We are listing billions of dollars of real estate. And I think that Owning Manhattan has some part of that. The Sirhant brand has a lot to do with it. And I think the characters that are at the firm, I think everyone that is at Sirhant has such of their own individual story. Like, I don't know if it was Ryan or when the producer said, it's like all of these people just show up and they all think that they're the lead and they're the main character and they just happen to all be sitting in a room. And that's how it is, because in my mind, I'm the star of the show. And I think that's the same for everyone else.
As you actually are the star of the show, let's be clear.
But I think that's what's interesting about the brand is it really attracts people that are really like the face of their business and they're comfortable with that and they lean into it and they use media in really creative ways to do it. So our business is very different than the market business right now. We're grateful for that.
I was going to ask, with the market being bad in a lot of places and people being broke and just being able to afford, rent at the time, they've been encouraging people to start buying houses so that money that they're paying for rent could actually be towards house. Is there places or some type of grants that you send people to where they could actually get help with doing that?
I feel like the best help personally, because if we're speaking about New York specifically, is to buy together and to get creative about it. Gen Z is getting that right, and I think that millennials missed out on that mark. But when I speak to people, especially all through Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn Heights, wherever, so many stories are you and I bought, and then as soon as we were up on our feet, then we made sure our sister bought. And then we made sure our cousin bought. So when I talk to people and we're selling these houses, multi-million-dollar homes, people have been in for 20, 30 years, the stories are all the same. They got creative and they did it together.
Yeah.
You know, it's easier.
You can sell portions of an LLC. So co-ownership for younger generation is becoming a thing that we do now that we've never done before.
Right now.
So New York City's hard because you can only cut it up a couple different ways. But like if you can take eight cousins in Florida, and you can cut up a purchase price times 8, and maybe only 2 of you live there, but the rest of you are helping, and it's an investment for them, and you get to ride the market as the market increases.
And that equity is always gorgeous.
Yeah.
You know, especially, I mean, in New York, I've watched it for 22 years straight. And I always tell everyone, we can walk down the block anywhere in Brooklyn or anywhere in Manhattan, and we feel proud of the work that we've done for our clients, because if I see you 5 years from now, I know I'm going to be the favorite person you run into today, because I know I was a part of that really smart investment that you made. You know, and that feels good in the daily work.
What's the quiet, pressures y'all carry now because of this show? Because, when you think about your brand, your brokerage, they're all tied to decisions that are made on this show. So is there any pressure that comes with that?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's, someone said to me yesterday, the show is uncomfortably authentic. Mm-hmm. And I think to your point about other shows not being on the air anymore, no one wants to be sold, right? No one wants to watch stuff that's super produced anymore. Mm-hmm. Like the show watches us in real time, whether deals get done or not, whether people are happy or not, whether things are going our way or not. I think all 3 of us have some sort of mental breakdown this season on camera that we probably wish was not out there.
Yep.
And so there's a lot of pressure, but I think we also understand the role of our responsibility to not just the world, but to our industry, to show it in as great of a light as we possibly can, and then make use of it, man. Like, we are so lucky. Like, it is not lost on us. Like, it's hard enough to get one TV show, let alone a big one like this that's on a global network like Netflix that drops all over the world in one day, where people get to say, oh, I'll go work with those people. I mean, it's a massive commercial for us.
And then you can have it picked up for season 2. That's even the bigger thing.
That's the hardest.
Or 3. We want 3 now.
Exactly.
Everybody go watch it so we can get 3.
It's always the next goal.
What's the quiet pressures for y'all?
I think it has changed. I think for season 1, for me, it was like I am showing up as the black woman, and I created this pressure for myself that I had to at some point release to really give myself that freedom. And then obviously I felt that it gave other black women that freedom. I was like, I'm just going to show up as me, and y'all are going to love it or leave it. I don't care. And I'll give you the realness of who I am, but I'll also give you all the layers of who I am. So I'm not going to just show up and be the person that's sassy. I'm also going to be smart. I'm also going to be gentle. I'm going to be vulnerable. I can be very maternal in some moments. I can be a teacher in some moments. I can also check you in other moments. And so I felt like, let me just show all of that. And that's the only pressure I'm going to put on myself. Now I feel that the pressure is kind of always showing that we are actual real agents, because that's the question we get asked the most. And I mean, I can't speak for everyone on the show, but I'm 10 years in. I had my 10-year anniversary last week.
Happy anniversary.
Congratulations. Yes. And another 10-year anniversary as well.
Hey, congrats.
But yeah, so it's like...
Who's the lucky guy?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Jeff's still trying to find out.
When you find him, let me know.
But no, it's to me, it's like I do feel the need to, just validate my business. And I never felt that before, but being on TV, people just decide that you're not actually really doing this. I have to be on top of my emails to the moment I walk in and talk to you guys, and then start right back up the minute I walk out. Yeah. My clients don't care nothing about what I'm doing right now or that show. They care about their assets.
What about you, Jeffrey?
No, I mean, I think one thing, just to piggyback on what Trisha's saying, I think it's important to understand like the vulnerability that we reveal on the show. Because with us, part of our story arc is that we're coming from Brooklyn into Manhattan. And there's some great story origins with a new listing that we have, like here on 5th Ave, 5 East 59th Street. And the origin story with Trish and how that happened, which is nothing that we plan or stage whatsoever. This is all authentic, and how that comes full circle the moment. And when you watch the show, you'll get to, to really understand it. But it really heartfult. I would say probably one of the most compelling moments of the season.
I mean, we're shocked. I'm so shocked. I forget the cameras are there, and I'm like, what? And they catch everything because it was just, it was such a surprise. Yeah.
But to answer your question, though, for me, what's really important is what Trish says, is to really make sure that people understand that we know the business. The truth is, you have to know the business inside out. You have to be cognizant of what's happening in real time. You got to be able to disseminate, like, what's the truth and how does it really impact you. Because everything, real estate is really both macro and micro. So you got to be able to understand what's micro for your world and the macro piece that you read from, on every other platform. So
I will say this though, I didn't necessarily understand how difficult real estate was, right? Until I had a daughter in it, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And I'm watching her with the emails and sending out emails, and then I'm watching her. She'll get somebody and then she'll go to show an apartment and she'll drive 40 minutes to that apartment, and then the person will say, I can't do it today.
Yeah.
Right. And how much time it takes. Can you break down how much effort, energy it goes into doing it? Because people just see the glitz.
They
just
never
see the
talk
glamour.
about
They
the
don't
work
see
you
that.
never get
but
paid
the
for.
work that goes
You work
into
for
it, I'll be
free.
like, Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, we're in it 10 years for a reason.
Yeah.
So it just didn't happen right off the bat. We're here on owning Manhattan, or we're just selling, $15, $20 million properties. You have to start from the grind. I mean, there are times when you work for months to 2 months to 3 months without getting paid. Like, how long did you get paid on your first deal?
Oh my gosh, 6 months, and it was no money at all. No money at all.
So you gotta-
And I feel like the shows, they tend to show all the glitz, and there's so much work that we do we never get paid for. There's so many efforts that we make that nobody cares about. And I feel like being on the show, I want to make sure I share that story, because the assumption is when you look really great and maybe Ryan will hire you and then you'll end up on a show and then you'll sell real estate.
Right.
It's the complete opposite business plan. It's like you've got to do a really great job for even be like
On his radar.
Yeah, to even end up on the radar. And then being on the show creates pressure too, because I don't want to put a product out there that I can't sell. Because I mean, every time I run into anybody, they're like, "Oh, so what happened with?"
Oh my God, that's the worst part.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's the worst. Because you film in real time, and so you're like, "Hey, I just got this listing, this building, or this penthouse, something like, let's go film it." And then, but filming doesn't last forever. You eventually have to stop, and if it hasn't sold, that's what happens. And then everyone, what happened?
Got fired in front of the
did you
whole
fail?
world.
You failed in front of the world?
Yes.
At selling an apartment, that's not that hard.
And the one thing people don't realize, as we're shooting oftentimes, we're still negotiating in real time.
Yeah.
So we're shooting under the guise of this is going to be sold on the show, and we're just hoping that it gets sold. Like, that was the case last season with us.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a property that we shot it, we closed it, and like we were still at the closing table trying to close in real time as we were shooting the scene of it being closed.
Yeah.
So,
And it was like such a difficult transaction. It got like awarded real estate board.
Oh yeah, they won Deal of the Year.
Yeah,
Deal of the Year for all of New York. So and that's really an award
That's
that
hard
goes
to do,
to
by the way.
you.
Like, that's
for,
a real
closing a deal
award.
that shouldn't have closed. That's the reason for the award. The whole industry gets together to say you actually did it. That was the deal that was on the show first season. So imagine the layers of stress there, and you're on TV for the first time as well.
Yeah, but I was going to say, so on top of all the stress, you're on TV, you also have like your personal lives that are being showed. There's a character there. Where do y'all find the time to do all of that like work? Like, what are y'all teams like behind the scenes that help you guys? Because there's a lot of interaction and correspondence with trying to close something.
There's so much support though.
But it's just really time management and just having a support system. Like, thankfully, that's part of the reasons why.
And not wasting time.
Right.
Like, a big piece of advice I give to people a lot, especially younger people, is you have the time. Everyone's got the same amount of hours.
Yep.
Like, I have the same amount of hours that she has, that Oprah has. You know what I mean? Like, we all have the same amount of time in a day. And do a time audit. Like, actually, just same way if you're trying to lose weight, like you do a diet journal to see, like, oh wait, you're right. Like, I do eat a lot. I just eat a little bit all the time, and then it all adds up. Same thing with time. Like, if you'll see, okay, my screen time. Wow, I did open TikTok 72 times today. What if I didn't do that? What else could I do?
Right.
And so that's an epidemic, and that brain rot, right? It's real. It's totally real. Which is like in Australia now, they outlawed social media for kids under 16. Which I think is really going to change the landscape, country by country by country. And I think it's a major mental health issue of just because it's easier and then you're never bored.
Right.
And kids need to be bored. Like, they got to figure things out. They got to find things to be difficult. And it's one of the harder things about hiring kids now out of school to come work in real estate is they're like, all right, well, where's the thing? I'm like, you just sit still. And you just need to put in the work.
And build it.
They've never done it before. Like, they've never built a block house because you can't swipe a block house.
What's the one house that you guys didn't sell that bites at you every day?
Oh, my God. COVID, 2019 going to 2020, a foreign investment fund wanted to buy a building in New York City. And I'd never sold a building before. Okay. And we found a building on the east side. It's called Copper Tower. It's the building that looks like a K. Okay. It was the beginning of March of 2020. We had a contract out for just under $990 million.
Jesus.
Damn. And I had never done a deal like that before. Like, literally life-changing. the money that was coming in was heavily backed by oil money. And then people started getting sick, and the price of oil drops, the stock market tanks, the deal gets put on ice, and the deal dies, and then someone else bought it like 2 years later. And I think about that deal dying.
What would have been your commission?
It would be 2% of basically $1 billion.
Damn.
You know? Yeah, so it'd have been, I think, just under $20 million. And I think about that 4 times a day. So that jumped right at the time. I do think about that deal because it was just so. But we all have those.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're thinking about getting into real estate and you're thinking about your career, anybody can do it because it's 75, 80 hours. You click online. The barrier of entry is incredibly low, but the chance of success is even lower, right? 90% of everyone who gets a license fails because there is no benefits, there's no salary. You have to eat what you kill, and no one tells you what to do. But if you put in the work, if you're good to people, you follow up, you can have a completely limitless career. And I think that opportunity is part of the magic that the show also follows, because it does follow all the dead deals, because our job is to lose. The job is to swing so much that you lose. You take so many shots at the net that you miss them all, because the ones that go in are worth it, you know, and you're only as good as your last deal in this business. I was selling an apartment before Uber came out to one of the taxi kings of New York City who owned all the medallions. Super rich, right? Super, super rich, buying an apartment in Lower Manhattan. It's like $25 million, full floor, insane deal, but it's new construction. So you go to contract like 2 years before you close. In those 2 years, Uber gets approved to come into New York City. Taxis basically disappear. And the value of that medallion, which went from like $1.1, $1.2 million, went to like 200 grand. So his net worth went from here all the way to here, and he couldn't close. And I remember like they were going to take his deposit, which in a building like that is, I think, 20%. So 20% of about, you know, it's like $5 million kind of, you know, but say, but $5 million you lose. And he like grabbed me by my suit lapel and he put me up against the wall. I tell the story because I put it in a book, and he never came after me, but and he was like, I've put people under the bridge. If you don't get me out of this, you're next. And I had to find him an attorney to try to get, and we found something in the offering plan, which is the book that the Attorney General approves, one line that the developer hadn't actually done their job on. And we got him out of his deposit, and I'm still here today.
Oh, wow. Jesus.
Yeah, that one was a rough one.
Wow. And how do you deal with people yelling at you, right? Because at the end of the day, you're doing a job for a client, right? And you're trying to do the best job that you can. But sometimes I'm sure things don't go the way that they want. But the disrespect and the yelling, I see it sometimes. So how do y'all deal with that?
It's never you. You have to. It's hard at the beginning until you understand that people never really grow up. They're just disguised as like 40-year-old men. You know, and they don't know who else to take it out on, so they take it out on you.
Or
like
women
married, but like married couples, like, is she gonna yell at her husband? You know what? It's easier to yell at Jeffrey because she's angry at the situation, not necessarily angry at us.
Right.
So like, you always just have to detach and understand that they're upset about the situation, and you have to be able to empathize with it, and then you just mirror and say, I understand. If I could yell at myself, I would. Like, I'm here with you. Yeah, you just you agree, and then you hit them with solution. And then they don't know what to do, and they say, just fix it, right?
Yeah.
And that's how you get through it.
And a lot of this, like, we wear multiple hats. I mean, part of it is as therapist, right? You know, being able to understand and be empathetic to what they're going through, and then realizing that this is someone's most, you know, their biggest asset. And so their most expensive asset ever. So you got to really understand where it's coming from. Again, it's not really you, it's just them. And they're like, oh my God, this isn't happening the way I expected it to happen. So you just have to understand and just have, you know, answers and solutions to whatever the issue is in like right then and there.
Most of the time people are just mad at themselves.
Yeah.
And so they just take it out on other people.
Yeah.
You know, I do that.
We saw you break down in the trailer.
Yes.
You break down just because of all of the like pressure. How often do y'all break down? Even though it's not y'all.
Once before lunch, and then one healthy time after dinner. Yeah, typically.
11 a.m. usually.
I mean, it varies with the deals and what we're dealing with. You know, like there are times where, you know, deals just fall apart and you do everything you can, they still fall apart. You know.
What was your, like, what was it exactly? Like, what is the biggest, this is the cherry on top that now the tears are flowing?
That scene, that's in the season finale, was not anticipated. It wasn't like planned or anything, and just goes to how real this show is and how uncomfortable a lot of it is. The show's also really funny. You know, it's very aspirational. It's very sexy, glitzy, big real estate and all that. But then at the same time, it shows all the gutters of the business too. And there's just a lot. You know, there's a lot going on. I bootstrapped the business for 4 years by myself. You know, own 100% of it. Everything's on me. Do I grow? Do I not grow? People are angry. People are happy. There's personal pressures. There's no time. I sleep 4 hours a day. Why did I ever do this? Should I just move? Like, what? You know, there's just like a lot of this, and I have no one to talk to because everyone is biased. Your therapist is biased. Your spouse is biased. Your friend, the company, my mom is biased.
You got a biased therapist?
Yeah,
but they're biased to you. They want what's best for you. Always.
You need a therapist then.
I do. If you're a therapist and you're watching this, my email is ryan@sirhant.com.
You got to get a whole lot of resumes for real estate.
Yeah, please. I need mental help.
Therapist.
And I was talking to my ex-assistant, who I just have like a very friendly relationship with, and he was in my email for 5 years, so he just knows my life. And it was the first time I'd actually just like talked about everything that was going on. And you know, I think I say like I focus on the work because the work keeps me focused, and I don't know what else to do. And then there was just an awkward silence, and then I just lost it. And then the cameras are there, and I'm like, oh, Jesus.
I feel like everyone found out about that. They're like, Ryan was crying. I was like, wait. And we're like, he doesn't have any emotions. How did he pull that off?
That man has no heart.
Do you still speak to the people from $1 Million Listings? I feel like they just off the face of the planet. Like, any of those guys anymore?
No,
That's crazy.
I haven't.
You don't see them no more? You don't hear any shows about it?
I just realized it's not the same show.
This minute?
This is a different show.
But none of those guys, they were
Start with season one.
They were big characters, and you just don't see them anymore. And it's just weird that you just...
Owning Manhattan is my 5th reality show. I did 4 for Bravo, $1 Million Listing, a wedding show, a renovation show, and then a show called Sell It Like Sirhant, which we turned into sellit.com, which is a sales training business. And then Owning Manhattan, which we pushed over to Netflix. And I think what's cool for us is, I think for other shows and the other guys, right, a lot of people, like you talked about, they get on TV and they want to be on TV. They want to be famous. They want to become influencers and sell toasters or whatever. The 3 of us have, like, fame as a byproduct of our ability to do more business and build the greatest careers of all time. And I think the audience sees that, and so they keep giving us more because it's just real. And so I built a sales team, my first career as a real estate agent, on the back of Bravo, $1 Million Listing, and now we're building a company in kind of a meta way on the backs of Netflix. And people get to watch, like, going from a couple of us at a dinner table to, okay, there's 1,500 of us now in 15 states.
Yeah.
What does that look like? And then just watch that whole to raising money for the first time, to getting fired, having people quit on you. And so, so I think the other guys, I think there's a lot of one-hit wonders out there across the board. You see it in music, you see it in sports, and so we work really, really hard to focus on the work. If you take care of the work will take care of you.
We appreciate you guys for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Season 2 of Owning Manhattan is on Netflix right now. Ryan Sirhant, Trisha Lee, and Jeffrey St. Armand. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
how
guys.
about our niece? Our niece is looking for something.
Yeah, no, she's going to come right to Brooklyn. I already spoke to her.
Okay, say no more.
Yes.
Good.
All right, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Let's get to the latest with Loren.
Lauren becoming a straight fact.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on this.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On the Breakfast Club.
Talk to me. Jeezy sat down with Bishop T.D. Jakes for his podcast, Next Chapter, and they had a conversation in full about his life and some of the things that he's been through, but Jeezy opened up a lot about his divorce and what he learned. So let's take a listen to Jeezy on what he learned from his marriage and his divorce.
What did you learn from it?
I learned I was a great husband. I got a beautiful daughter out of the situation, so there's no regrets there. But I learned a lot about myself. I learned about, my preferences for things, the type of space that I need, type of moments that I need to decompress about certain things, and this just unselfish nature that I was selfish in my prior life. And I think just going forward in life, it just taught me how to, give someone else grace and actually listen to understand rather than just to listen to reply.
Yeah.
Because when you're sharing a life with somebody, it's almost like you don't become one, but this is a partnership, right? And so for me, it's almost like I've never experienced anything like that.
Yeah, so there's a conversation now around this clip because people are trying to figure out, because he says, I felt like I was a great husband, and people were upset to hear him say that because it ended in a divorce. But
what?
Now, this is what I think people are missing, because there was another part of the interview where he talks about what he learned, which I thought was actually really powerful, and it was a lot of accountability on his part. People are missing that, you go through things, you learn, and you find out what you did good, what you did bad. Let's take a listen to Jeezy on what he says he would do differently.
I would definitely take my time. I've learned now that friendship is the biggest key to anything. I mean, I think when you become friends with someone and you're like really invested in the friendship, it just builds a different type of foundation. I would make sure that the community is as strong as the foundation, because it takes a community to keep you accountable and have people that you can process with. To be honest with you, I didn't have a lot of great examples of relationships. And I do want to say this though, because I felt like when people hear me speak about like what I went through with my mom and all this stuff, they're like, oh, you went into a relationship or marriage with mommy issues. I had been working on that stuff. So that had nothing to do with my timeline with my marriage. It was a humbling experience to have to make sure that you're present enough to hear what somebody else is saying. There should be no judgment there.
He's right. But did the good brother Jeezy learn that Dr. Umar was right?
Yo,
did he talk about that?
Did
he talk about that? Did he learn that a lot of black women around him were right? Because a lot of black women were saying he should have been with a sister. Not saying there's anything wrong with the relationship that he was in. I'm just saying that when he speaks about community and things of that nature, sounds like he's saying Dr. Umar was correct.
No, it sounds like he's saying he needs sounds like he needs to say he's working on himself, right? Because he was talking about the fact that he was selfish in a relationship and things like that.
I heard him say he should be with a black woman. That's what I heard.
Me too. I heard both things, but I heard that when I heard this part of it, I said, oh, he realized that he didn't need to be there.
Absolutely. And his last name Jenkins. You can only get that to another black woman.
You see what I'm saying? Jenny Jenkins never sounded.
Yeah, no,
that
it did
sounded
not.
Crazy. I mean, it sounded like, oh, Jenny Jenkins. You expect one presentation to walk in the room, but then
Jenkins is like, no,
my marriage.
Get her last name back.
It sounds like to me he said he needs to work on himself, and he was a lot selfish, and he had to be more in that relationship more open, right? Talk about things that's not just he said he wasn't. I call it right fighting. Right fighting is you just want to be right in a relationship and you don't want to listen. And he said he had to go through
That's
that.
not what we heard. We heard him say he should have been with a black woman.
I
would expect you to say that because you were interracial. Give black and you whatever you are.
I'm black, sir. But go ahead, continue.
He just learned how learned in marriage that it's not just about him. I don't think that he was saying anything else. It's just like, okay, oh yeah, this thing is about it's not just me. It's a union. It's like me and you. I gotta be emotionally intelligent enough to care about how you feel too.
I heard him say he should have been with a black woman. You know what else is funny? Every time Jeezy does these kind of interviews, because I remember when he did it with Nia Long too, and now he did it with Bishop T.D. Jakes, I get a bunch of people hitting me, a bunch of ladies that I know. Why you don't hook me up with Jeezy?
Damn.
Because I'm some type of matchmaker. They like when Jeezy be in these settings.
Because he sounds very accountable, very mature, very grown, very And
it's not giving Snowman.
No, it's giving. No, it's not.
It's not. What's Jeezy's name? What's his name?
What you mean? What's his name?
His real name?
Jay Jenkins.
Is Jay Jenkins for real?
It's giving Hill's brother. It's giving Hill's brother.
It's not giving Snowman. It's giving Jake Jenkins.
Jay, I know Jake. Jay.
Jay Jenkins.
Yeah, because he's even talking in here about his finances and learning what to do with the finances and what differently dating wise he's going to do this time around. Or, as
he ain't cursing. He's very calm.
All right, relax. God damn. Change your panty liners or something, man.
Oh,
get dripping all over the floor.
I'm so jealous.
Ripped up over Jeezy. Because both of y'all, well, you married and you
definitely married.
Know what you doing?
She's in a relationship.
You said they ripped up over Jeezy. Jesus.
Well, in the next, that is crazy. Because if we was down in him, you'd be like, you hate black men and blah, blah, blah. And the minute we shout out to Jeezy, he's grown, you made some mistakes, you learned from it. He's like, y'all bricked up.
Shout out to Jay Jenkins.
I just want y'all to know, when you get somebody a gift, And they love the gift morning. Boy, he been handling that shit.
Over there talking about Jenkins. Like, yeah, absolutely.
You got your flowers. And
That's that damn shake weight.
That is very childish.
Yeah, that's
that
very
was
childish.
so childish.
And the chat's seen it. The chat's been watching you all day.
That was so childish. In the next hour, we're going to talk about some things because Howard Stern has some things to get off his chest about Kim Kardashian. We didn't get to it here, but we're going to definitely bring it in the next hour.
All right.
Good stuff. Old school Howard?
Ish, kind of.
Okay, we'll discuss.
He,
All right.
he references old school Howard.
All right.
All right, now Shake Weight King, who you giving your donkey to?
4 after the hour, we need a man named Maurice Nolan Evans to come to the front of the congregation. We'd like to have a word with him, please.
All right, we'll get to that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Donkey up the day. Made it.
Damn, the hee-haw again.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
I ain't trying to be donkey today no more.
They should be embarrassed by what they already did. I'm not making these people do these things.
Called Donkey of the Day, and it really caught me off guard.
Damn, Charlamagne, who got the donkey of the day today?
That's crazy, right? How somebody gonna get mad at me because I try to be a good coworker and tell them they sweatsuits smell a little used?
Yeah, you an ass, man.
I just asked if they work out this morning. I'm like, you gotta be around people today. Anyway, donkey of the day.
What's wrong with him, man?
For Wednesday, December 10th, goes to Maurice Nolan Evans. Okay, he's 25 years old, and he's been charged with murder after a parking lot dispute ended in him killing a man named Dominique Goodman. First things first, rest in peace to that brother Dominique, man. Let's go to WSBB TV for the report, please.
That's why I don't argue with people, man. I'll advise anybody on that. Don't argue with nobody.
That's advice from a Bojangles customer after he learned why the fast food restaurant was closed. I told him an employee here is accused of killing the father of his coworker in the store's parking lot. Maurice Evans faces murder, aggravated assault, and felony possession of a firearm during a crime and the death of Dominique Goodman. Palmetto police say a manager sent Evans home for the day Sunday afternoon. Officers say instead of going home, Evans waited for about an hour for Goodman to arrive.
And when the guy got out, he got out shooting.
Marlene Lately says she is a family friend of the Goodmans. She says Goodman's daughter works at the restaurant and called her father for help after getting into a dispute with Evans. Goodman then came to the restaurant to check on his daughter.
He's very protective of his children, just like anybody would be.
She never expected it to end with him dead.
Why? Rest in peace, Dominique Goodman again, man. I got 4 daughters. My daughter comes to me and tells me, you picking on her, or she had a dispute with a grown man. I got to come holler at you about it, okay? And now I'm dead because you lack emotional intelligence. I haven't read in this story or heard in this story where Dominique had a gun. I haven't read in this story where he was aggressive. I don't know what was said to this 25-year-old man, Maurice Evans, by Dominique, but I know that whatever it wasn't worth Dominique being unalive for it, and it's not worth Maurice having a murder charge. I love Bojangles. Okay, I had a Bowberry biscuit the week of Thanksgiving. I ordered 2, actually. Okay, I only ate 1 because that's about 350, 370 calories. But the moral of the story is Bowberry biscuits ain't dying for you, man. Okay, Bojangles ain't worth dying over. You a manager at Bojangles, a manager at a restaurant, period, a manager at a fast food chain. Managers at restaurants and fast food chains must hear and take customer and employee complaints seriously. Okay, managers are the first line of defense for the culture of any establishment. Not just culture, productivity and legal risk. Okay, I don't know what you said to this man's daughter, but what if what you said was liable and her father coming to talk to you about it enabled you to see a different perspective, change your behavior, and shift some things around before you and Bojangles got sued? Okay, all you had to do, young man, was listen to what this father's complaints were and move on. But no, you decided to grab a pistol and shoot and kill this man. For what? We got to shed our fragile egos, people. It's 2025, all right? This is the year of the snake. 2025 was the year of the snake. I don't know if y'all know that, okay? The snake year means shedding, okay? You shed all that bad energy, bad behavior. This is about transformation and new beginnings. And it's a 9 year, okay? 2 + 2 + 5 = 9. This is an endings year, okay? A karmic completion year. And boy, oh boy, Maurice, have you just embarked on a new beginning called prison, all right? Now, there was a part of me that initially thought this is why we got to teach our kids to stand up for themselves, but I don't know how old his daughter was. What if she was 16 and the manager, Maurice, is 25? She went home to tell her daddy about this grown man picking on her. So he pulled up. Even if she was 16 and knew how to stand up for herself, clearly this dude, Maurice, was unstable and might have ended up harming the young lady in some way. You just never know nowadays. And this is why everyone should just mind their business. I agree with the brother that was talking at the beginning of the thing. Play the clip again, Red. That's when
That's why I don't argue with people, man. I'll advise anybody on that. Don't argue with nobody.
Stop right there. I don't argue with people unless it's on the radio or on a podcast. Okay, mind your business. Mind your black-owned business. Mind the business that pays you. Managers shouldn't be picking on employee. Okay, the only thing you should be telling that employee to do is their job. If you get complaints from employees, parents, customers, just listen to the complaints and adjust accordingly. You do not grab your pistol and kill them for complaining about whatever they was complaining about. And the fact I even have to say that is nuts. But welcome to the current world we live in. Please let Remy Ma give Maurice Evans the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw. You stupid motherfucker. Are you dumb?
That's
sad.
So sad.
Tragic. Tragic.
All right. Well, thank you for that donkey today.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, when we come back, Swayvo Twain will be joining us. That is the son of Angie Stone and D'Angelo. He has a new song called Dove Soar, and we're going to talk to him when we come back. All right, so don't go anywhere. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Loren LoRosa's here as well. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, indeed.
We have Swayvo Twain.
Yes,
welcome, brother.
What's good, big brother?
How you feeling?
I'm feeling blessed, man. Thank y'all for having me.
Now, for people that don't know, you are the son of Angie Stone and D'Angelo.
Yes, sir.
So first we just say, sending our condolences and well wishes and everything. How you doing now? How you feeling, man?
I thank you for the condolences, but man, they in a better place than me, man. They ain't paying no bills no more. They good, man. They turn, but I'm good, man. Just taking it moment by moment for real.
I know every day is a different day, different emotion, I'm sure.
Yeah, it be some days better than others for sure, but we still pushing, man. We still pushing.
When I think about you, man, I think about you. You had two, legends, icons, as parents, right?
Yes, sir.
When did you first realize that wasn't normal?
In school, like kindergarten, for real. Like I was always the type. I ain't never really tell people in school. Like I just go to school and just be Mike. But if I get in trouble or anything, and my mom has to come up to the school, like the teacher be done seen my parents, so she know who she is. But she gonna wait till in front of the whole class, be like, "Is such and such your mama?" And I might say yes, I might say no, and then like the whole class will know, and then they gonna ask their mama, and it just be a whole little thing. So. Yeah, that's when I realized that.
How was growing up? Did you grow up, I don't want to say normal, because you had two iconic stars. Were you always on the road? How was growing up?
No, it was normal at times. So, like in my earlier years, I went with my mom. Like I was, with grandma, so I was in Columbia, South Carolina.
803 the Met.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. And, my mama came and got me from Columbia when I was about 12 or 13 and moved me to Atlanta. So when I first moved to Atlanta, that was like a super culture shock. I'm like, man, everybody out here got money. Like we stayed right like 2 doors down for Pat-Man Jones, and he was turned. Like, so it was normal, but I tried to be as normal as I could. But then when people started figuring it out, it was just doing extra stuff,
You went back to Columbia, though. Did you go to USC? Am I tripping?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Nah, I go back to Columbia just to visit. I probably got like a 3-day limit in Columbia.
What's one lesson your father taught you about like artistry, and then one lesson your mother taught you about discipline?
My daddy, like, we didn't ever really sometimes we would discuss like music notes and music theory, but we didn't really discuss stuff like that. He really would put me on like mindset things, like. This how you need to be with your business. This how you need to be with your team. Like, this how you need to be with your mental when you get overwhelmed. Things like that. And my mama, she ain't have to show me nothing. Like, I seen it. Like, my mama, like, she'll be in the hospital and get out the hospital that night and go do the show, and nobody know.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? She was a real soldier, gangster. So she ain't have to say nothing. I was watching. I was living it with her. You know what I'm saying?
And I saw your video that you posted on your Instagram, and you just, well, first of all, I just want to say, watching you speak at their funerals, there's still like such a joy there or something that I didn't understand. I've never been through what you've been through, but I don't know if you can kind of like talk us through when we're seeing you, you're like making everybody laugh and you're with your family and it's the push-ups and y'all just having a good time. I'm like, how is he able to, do that for everybody in the situation he's in?
I mean, that's my personality. Like, I'm not a complainer. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like a woe is me guy. And I'm always trying to like bring the vibes, you know what I'm saying? So in a moment like this when everything be morbid and dark, like I'm gonna make everybody laugh.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Cause that's how my mama was. Like she was so funny. Like she the funny person but she ain't telling no jokes. You know what I'm saying? So I just always try to keep it light, man. And even at funerals, like not for nothing. The funeral be for the living. They don't be for the dead because they gone already. So, let's laugh and talk about the good times. Let's not, as much as we can.
You know what's interesting, man? I can tell how much faith you have in God. Because, when you first started the conversation, you said, they in a better place. Like, if you a true believer, that really should be the mindset, right?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, this, man, when they leave here, you really like as their son. I think I'm really seeing how much they was actually shouldering on the day to day. Like, especially being in the music business. My mom been in the business since forever ago, and my dad is the same thing. So, shifting from label to label. By the time you get to 2025, the business be all messed up. You know what I'm saying? You try to fix it and work on it, but they just unfortunately ran out of time. So now, I'm fighting that fight for them. So I think I'm like, damn, y'all was doing this every day. Like, this is what y'all was battling with and still going to work and still dealing with my on top of it. I can't cuss. Sorry, y'all. But, yeah, man, they were some soldiers, man.
What gave you the music? I don't want to say what gave you the music, but when did you say, I want to start singing? When did you know you had that you that you could sing?
When I moved to Atlanta and seeing the rich kids was turned, they was a little bit older than me and they had the hottest thing in Atlanta. I'm like, oh, this was going on? And, I still was really running from it, but maybe like I was 15, 16, my mama bought a whole studio set up for her in the house, and I ain't never used it. So I started going down there, recording myself, figuring it out. And before you know it, I done did about 50, 60 songs. I done went and played her something, and she actually really loved it. You know what I'm saying? So when she did that, she just put the battery in my back, and I was just going hard from there.
And what did your dad say about your music? Because they said he was a hard critique when it came to music.
Nah, for sure. Like, I'm not gonna lie, to just be real with you. My daddy didn't really embrace it and say, go ahead and go crazy, son. He didn't do that till after my mama passed.
Really?
Yeah, like, he never really wanted me doing music because like, everything he went through with the business. You know what I'm saying? He's like, son, I don't want you in the You know what I'm saying? But it's like, man, Paul, I ain't, man, I'm gonna work in the warehouse. Like, I'm tired of the warehouse, tired of the call center. Like, I'm cold. You know what I'm saying? But after my mom passed, he really tapped in. He was like very impressed, like, and that's all I was ever really wanting anyway. Just him to hear and
get that approval.
Yeah.
How do you call about your own identity while still acknowledging the legacy you come from?
That's been my battle all my life. But I can't do nothing but be me. Like when you hear my music, it's like you can hear them in it, but it's still me. I'm doing a whole different thing, and I ain't trying to battle them or trying to live up to what they did. They done already did it. They done went to the mountain. I'm on my own journey. Swayvo Twain, and I can't run from who I am. And I ain't trying to, but I'm not trying to. I can't compete with that. And I don't want to.
Did you do records with them, with your parents?
Yeah, I'm on my mama's last album. Me and her got a song together. Me, my mama, and my sister, Diamond, we have a song together that I'm gonna release. Me and my pops never got to work together though. I think that's I like no one regret. We ain't never get to do nothing. But yeah, me and my mom for sure.
I saw you also talk about the time that you spent with your dad. It was like a week or a couple weeks that you guys got to, and just after your mom passed away, the time that you guys were spending together. And you said you finally saw your parents as just like people, because there was a lot of things that I guess you had in one way in your mind. Yeah. And then when you and your dad spent that time after your mom passed away, you saw him so differently.
So, yeah, man, my dad, he moved in a certain way. And I used to always think he was just being extra. But when we did my mother's funeral, we had the repast, and my dad was in the city the whole day. So he hit me like, son, I'm gonna pull up. But he didn't show up the whole funeral. And then the whole repast happened, he didn't show up either. So I'm like, man, it's late again, you know what I'm saying? But he pulled up like at the last possible second at the repast. And he came straight to me. And instead of my family in South Carolina treat him like a regular person here for the funeral, they all went mobbed him like he was Justin Bieber or something.
Phones out.
Yeah, and there's a lot of my family that did that. I don't to this day. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, man, we just put my mom in the ground. So when I seen that, I said, oh wow.
Now you understood.
This is why he be moving in this type of manner, because it's like he didn't want to even make it about him. He just wanted to be there for me. You know what I'm saying?
Did you talk to any of your family about that? Or you just was like, you know what? Actions speak loud.
I don't want to talk.
Word.
Yeah, I don't want to talk. They showed their ass with that one.
And he was dealing with the cancer at that time, so.
I ain't looking back at the pictures, it's like, yeah, he probably was, but I ain't even know. Like, I had no idea. Like, I ain't never seen my daddy with an ailment or nothing. So when it came to that situation, it shocked everybody. It definitely shocked me. I ain't never seen my daddy sick or nothing.
So you found out like the rest of the world?
Down there. Like I knew he was battling with it, but I didn't know how bad it was.
Did you get a chance to like say your goodbyes and everything?
Yeah, man, spent the last week together. I was up there with him, and we was just talking and laughing and listening to music, and I ain't really wanted to see me sad or nothing like that. So I was just like, we gonna vibe out. Me, my little brother, my little sister, we all was there. You know what I'm saying?
You don't got to answer this if you don't want to, but what was your perspective like, knowing that you had just lost your mom earlier this year, and now you spending your last moments with your pops? Did you even look at it as last moments? Yeah. I knew why I was there. But I don't know, man. I think that was just in my mind. I'm like, man, this is just what's going on in my life right now. Like this was going on. I definitely can't question God, but I'm gonna just take this. I'm gonna really take this time and cherish it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna wipe my face up when I start crying, because I don't want him to start crying. And me and him, we in there, we listening to his music, we listening to Earth, Wind, and Fire. He looked at me one time. He looked at me, and he looking at me like, damn, son, I see where you at in your life. Like I remember when I was your age, I was just getting ready to drop my second album, and I was just seeing all the pressure that was on me. I was like, I'm looking at you, and like I see, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I was just being there, being in that moment.
And you have your song Dove Soar that is a dedication to your mom and your dad.
For sure.
At what point did you start writing that song, like after your mom passed away? Like, when were you okay enough to try and put things in music and further it with your father?
So it's crazy. I was in the studio making that song probably about 2 days before I got the call about my daddy. So when I was originally making the song, it wasn't even about my daddy, really about my mama, the first part, but I was getting writer's block on it. So I did that. Probably 2 days later, I got the call, like, you need to, doctor's like, you need to get your ass up here. So I went up to New York, did that, and then came back to Atlanta. I was working on it, but I couldn't really come up with the words. So after we did the funeral, and I came back, like, probably the night before I flew out to come back home after the funeral, I finally like broke the writer's block and was able to finish the song. So yeah, man, I done been working that song for the last month for real.
And you said on your song, you say, "I know God had a chuckle when I told him my plans."
Yeah, man.
What were your original plans?
Definitely wasn't going to 2 funerals this year.
Right.
Nah. So my mama passed the morning after my birthday, February 28th. You know, she had a show on my birthday, and you know, for the last year or two, I've been opening up for my mom on the show. So I usually go with her just to make sure she good, first of all. You know, but for some reason she just didn't want me to come to this one. You know, she
told you that?
Yeah, no, like right before she left, she like, "Son, you got your own career, you getting ready to do your rollout. You don't need to come to this, you know, just stay home." And I'm like, "Mom, you sure?" And she like, "No, I'm positive." But she made me come to all the rehearsals for the show. But the day before, she like, "No, I don't want you to come." And you know, at the time in March, my PR right here tell you, like, I had a whole album done, roll out, got my little budget together, and I was getting ready to do that. And then the morning after, everything changed. So that's where that lyric come from. Like, I had a plan, but God had something different. Like nah, they ain't. What you thinking? It ain't even about to be that, brother.
Cause you'd have been on the bus with her.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, man.
What's one conversation with your dad and mom that changed your direction in life? Not even just musically, just as a man.
Man, my dad has said to me one day, he's like, "Son, you got to choose your peace over everything." You know, I think it was a point in my life where I was just being pulled in so many different ways, and you know, it was draining me. Like, you know, my mama been dealing with, you know, her health, and I've been essentially like a caretaker for her for the last 4 or 5 years. You know, people didn't know that, and you know, she did a good job of hiding it, but you know, there's a lot of serious situations, and you know, I had to, you know, sacrifice a lot, you know, and I'll do it again, you know, because that's my mama. I know she'll do it for me, but you know, yeah, I was just talking to my dad, and he was like, "Man, you know, you do what you do for your mama, but all the rest of that, man, you got to choose your piece over everything." And I really started implementing that, and it helped me a lot, you know.
10 years from now, what do you want people to say about you that has nothing to do with your parents?
I just want people to say that I was a genuine guy, or I helped them some type of way, or you know, a lot of people been hitting me like throughout this process, like, "Man, I don't know how you doing it," and I'm like, "Man, I ain't doing nothing but a whole lot of crying and praying." Like, if I could be if you can look at me and think you can get through because I'm getting through, then you know what I'm saying, that's fine.
All right, there you have it. It's Swayvo Twain.
Swayvo Twain.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to the latest with Loren.
Loren becoming a straight fact.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on this.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On the Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
So Howard Stern had to address some accusations that Kim Kardashian made last week on episode 7 of their reality show.
When did that come on?
Hulu. They have a big partnership with Hulu. So Kim K was on the show and she was talking about her 2016 Paris robbery when she was robbed in her hotel room for all the jewelry. And she alleges that Howard Stern basically didn't believe her and made a whole mockery of it on his show. Let's take a listen to Kim K talking about Howard Stern.
Howard Stern was like famously mocking it all the time and saying that it was just, I'm sick and it's such a joke and I made it all up. I remember he was so defiant about it.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
I was literally upset.
So she said this, and she's also said something similar around Kanye West as well too. But so she said this, and then Howard Stern said, "Oh no, we're not gonna let that fly, not at all, because that is not what I said." So he responds with his original comments because you know his show is recorded. He responds with his original comments. Let's take a listen to the original comments.
If this woman was robbed at gunpoint, by a bunch of dudes, and they threw her in a bathtub and tied her up or whatever they did. I mean, that is frightening. That is frightening. If it is a farce, then really they should go to jail for that.
Well, I don't think it is, but you know what? Either. There were no security cameras in the area, so there's no footage of what went on.
The one time the Kardashians don't have a camera, something interesting.
Yeah, it's something really going on, something real.
First of all, we live in an era where you should question everything you hear, especially because of and everything you see nowadays because of the era that we live in. And she's a reality show star, so why wouldn't you think everything is a storyline?
Yeah, but when she said mockery, I thought I was going to hear him be like, "Oh, you got wrong." I thought it was going to be something. He basically said,
he literally,
if it happens, it's frightening, and I feel sorry for it. But he was like, something doesn't sound right. What's wrong with saying that?
Well, he didn't say that either.
Well, he said something to that effect.
God damn.
Robin said, "I don't think it's stuff. I don't think it's untrue," and he said, "I don't either." He literally said, "I don't either."
He said, if it happened, it's tragic. If it was a farce,
they
blah,
should
blah,
go
blah.
to jail.
And let's just to be clear, because in another episode of the Kardashians, she brought up her ex. She doesn't say Kanye West, but during that time she was with Kanye, and she says that even her ex accused her of faking the robbery for a TV show. Around that time, people did believe that Kim had faked the robbery for the show because they thought that it was very ironic that there were no cameras with her and that there was no security with her, knowing that she had all this jewelry in the room and all the things that people knew she would be
But I thought
in
they
Paris
said
at
her
the time.
security had dropped her off and made sure she was in her room. So
her security made sure she was in her room and then went out with her sisters, and which wasn't unnormal for them because the security guard would secure the whole family. But people were just saying, right? So yes, but people at that time, and a lot of outlets. It wasn't just Howard Stern. A lot of outlets were just trying to put the pieces together and saying how far-fetched this was, and they didn't believe her. Some people didn't believe her. But Howard Stern comes back in on his show and basically says, if I had something to say, I've said a lot of crazy things, I get to it. Let's take a listen to Howard Stern.
On the latest episode of the Kim Kardashian show, she accused me of saying that she faked her Paris robbery attempt, and she's very emotional about it. Fortunately, anyway, in this case, our show is taped, so we went back and looked up what I said, and nothing could be further from the truth. Now, tell me if I'm wrong. I would characterize that discussion as a very fair assessment that some people are saying it's fake, which was true. And we said, we don't think it's fake. We think that she went through something horrible. Some guys came into her room and threw her in a bathtub and pointed a gun at her. And I said, that's really frightening. By the way, let me say something. I have said so many awful things in my career. You don't need to make up stuff.
And also the fact that she put words in Howard's mouth for TV is exactly why Howard thought that the robbery was probably a storyline as well.
Now y'all see where I was getting with bringing this in. Because of all the people that you're going to say said something, Howard Stern is not the one.
Not biting his tongue.
At all. He's going to clear it up instantly or repeat what he said. So,
that's not what I was saying. I was saying the fact that she put words in Howard Stern's mouth for TV is exactly why Howard thought that the robbery was for TV as well. She creates storylines.
Right. Yes. Right. And then all them people who did say it was fake, like publicly, and that you didn't go at them, but you went at Howard Stern, who didn't say it was fake. But it was a lot of people that did.
Well, by the way,
people were just asking questions too.
By the way, Kim did that for exactly this.
What we're doing now.
I'm going to use Howard as a storyline because I know Howard going to go back and talk about it. Then it'll become a talking piece on other shows. Because I had to ask you what is that? What is the show even come on?
Yeah,
I didn't know the show was still on.
Yeah, it's still
Bravo,
on.
Right? It used to come on Bravo, right?
No, they were on E. They had that big relationship with Ryan Seacrest on E. Yeah. So speaking of other things in the news that might be real, might not be, Joe Tacopina, Wendy Williams' attorney, was on Nightline, and he's saying that she'll be out of her guardianship potentially this year, which is we only have weeks left of this year. Let's take a listen to Joe.
What's the plan you have to get her out of the guardianship, and when can we expect some movement in court?
The plan is this. There are guardianship attorneys, and we're watching and waiting. They've assured Wendy by year's end she'll be out of guardianship. No guardianship should feel like a sentence. And honestly, Wendy's does. Wendy's feels like a sentence.
She said it was $18,000 a month she was paying this
approximately,
facility.
Yeah, imagine. Just imagine of her money, not the state's money, her money.
But if she does get free of this, is there still going to be somebody that's watching over her to make sure that everything is quote unquote okay?
So from what I was told once I saw this, because that's a pretty tight timeline to, say, I was told that if that even happens this year, and it probably won't, yes, it would just be a limited guardianship. So there would be somebody with her to still figure out certain things like financial decisions, She also has she's openly talked about dealing with substance abuse, right? So someone checking in on her when it comes to that, she'll be able to come and go like we've seen her do, more recently. But there will be somebody there. But from, the way that they're angling this is that she's going to be 100% free. And I was told that is not what it's going to be.
What'll be dope is if, when she was coming up, Charlamagne lived in her basement. Yeah. Charlamagne kind of returns the favor and allows her to live in his basement.
Yeah, he probably got a real nice basement.
Real nice
basement.
Got
his basement finished.
With a studio and
we
everything.
Be finishing our basement.
You better put Wendy in no basement.
His basement nice though.
I don't even have a basement.
I know, that's right. You have an attic?
Nope.
He don't got no space for Wendy.
I'm talking about a gas room. Yes, you did.
I live in a trailer.
You look like you live in a trailer.
Double wide trailer.
No, you don't. Lying.
Real and fake. Matt Barnes decided to clear up again some rumors about him paying an AI model $61,000 because she was trying to extort him, allegedly. Let's take a listen.
I've sat back dealing with personal, real family healing and making sure my kids are good and just trying to get my life back in order while I've sat back and watched the internet lie about me the whole year. Lie from me being gay to me talking to an abortion to me telling some girl not to do a reality show, and then I get back from Dubai and I get back and I see all of a sudden I'm suing an AI model, or I got played by an AI model, and all these little bottom feeding blogs pick it up. Shout out to the ones that are real and know the from the bull, or at least check. You guys believe that I got played by an AI model and I'm suing them? You see someone like Gilbert, and I had a conversation with Gilbert. He addressed the bullshit. And it kind of was, from there it caught fire. And I told him, bro, like, after all we've been through, bro, tap in with me and see if it's real. And he said he apologized. He didn't know it was that deep. But y'all can't believe everything you hear.
So he didn't get got by an AI model? He did.
It was just a girl from Instagram. You were about to say something? I'll explain to us.
I don't know what none of the stories are, but it's just because Matt Barnes is hot. You know what I'm saying? The All the Smoke podcast is hot. Like, I was watching the fight this weekend. Lamont Roach versus Isaac Cruz. And they had the All the Smoke logo in the ring. They had salute to It Is What It Is, Cam and Mace. They had their logo in the ring too. But All the Smoke is just a hot podcast. And when you're a hot podcast, people are going to use you for content. That's just the way it is. So,
they be on them.
So Matt should take that as a compliment that all of these rumors and all this gossip has been spreading about him all year.
I think the only issue is that it affects his family unit, because he was saying, so there was a real girl that him and his ex, they had took a little break from each other. He was DMing with her. He posted a video about this back in November. He ended up paying that girl because when he got back with his ex, who was pregnant at the time, and he told her, she said, I'm going to release these sex messages. So he paid her because he didn't want it to come out because it was a high-risk pregnancy. Right. And because of how hot things are with him, now everybody picks up his stuff. Yeah. So he was trying to, clean it up, and it just took its own life from there. But the girl is a real girl. He's said that multiple times. Okay. That's why he's like, just ask me the facts, y'all. I'll tell y'all what's going on. Because he does address a lot of his own stuff.
Well, make sure you subscribe to the All the Smoke podcast on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network.
Yes.
Salute to my guys, Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson.
With Loren. All right. Now, when we come back, we got the mix, so don't go anywhere. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Everybody, it's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, this weekend, you're doing something special for Baltimore.
Yes, I'm bringing Christmas to Baltimore. So I have 2 shows at the Nevermore Hall downtown. Guys, get your, well, damn, I was ready to say get your tickets, but the event is sold out. It's a community event given by the More Love Foundation. That's my foundation. We are doing a toy drive. So it's Toys for Littles, man. Everybody gets in if they bring a brand new toy for a kid. So we're expecting anywhere from 1,200 to 1,500 toys that we're going to be able to bless families with, man, because everybody deserves Christmas. So if you weren't able to reserve a ticket for this show and it's already at capacity, I'm sorry. I will be in D.C. next weekend. That's Thursday to Sunday, too, December 18th through the 21st. I'll be at the D.C. Improv, so get your tickets, and those ain't free. So, JessHilariousOfficial.com, and I will be doing meet and greet because I know D.C. got security at the D.C. Improv, y'all. Love you guys. DMV, I'm coming.
Salute to Ryan Serhant for joining us this morning with Trisha Lee and Jeffrey St. Oman.
Salute to Ryan Serhant, man. Make sure y'all check out Owning Manhattan Season 2 now on Netflix.
That's right. And also Swayvo Twain. That is the son of Angie Stone and D'Angelo. He has a new song, Dub Saw, and talks about everything that's going on with him. So salute to him for stopping through.
Salute to Swayvo Twain, my 803 brother, man. Metro, Columbia all day. That brother is holding his head in grief.
That's right.
So eloquently.
Yeah.
Yeah. Salute to him. Now, you got a positive note?
I do, man. I want to remind people that there are 22 days left in the year. 22 days left in the year, okay? And I want to remind you all of what this year was. 2025 is the year of the snake in the Chinese zodiac. What does that mean? Well, it calls on you to shed anything that no longer supports your well-being, including those snakes in the grass in your life, okay? You were supposed to move with purpose this year, not pressure, okay? You should transform quietly yet powerfully. You're supposed to act with intention this year and respond with precision, and you're supposed to let your growth speak louder than revenge ever could. So you got 22 days. All right, you got 22 days to acknowledge that, you know, this is the year of the snake. And I also want y'all to know that this year of the snake met the universal year 9. Okay, 9 is the highest level of change, so it's a perfect alignment for growth. All right, release the baggage you've carried for too long, move with intention, and let your evolution be the ultimate flex. You got 22 days, okay, 22 days to acknowledge that and lean into that power, and we'll see you in 2026. Not saying it's our last day. I'm just letting you know that, 2026 is right around the corner.
Breakfast Club, bitches.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
Woke up. Wake you up. Wake that ass up. Program your alarm to Power 105.1 on iHeartRadio.